Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have all had a great week and are looking forward to the weekend. Lovely sunshine outside if you've been out and about. And I had to jump on with a bit of Newcastle news because there's been some very interesting reports this morning linking Newcastle with the Real Madrid winger Marco Asensio. Let me know your thoughts on him down in the comments below. We will talk about him and a few other players we are currently linked with. Before we get started, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know loads of you guys are watching my videos at the moment, my daily Newcastle content, but have still not hit that big red button. It's free to do so. It helps me and it means you guys don't miss any future videos. So as I say, Newcastle are reportedly being linked with Marco Asensio this morning and reportedly are the highest bidders in the war to win Marco Asensio this summer. The 26-year-old winger from Real Madrid is not getting the game time under Ancelotti and has been linked with a move away from the club since the start of this summer. Looked like he could have been heading to AC Milan, but that fell through and is now being linked with Liverpool, Arsenal and Newcastle United. He's been linked with Liverpool for some time, I think. And again, it's what Newcastle are looking for right now. Again, let me know your thoughts on the links with Marco Asensio down below. Again, it's a player that I would love to see join the club. It is all reports at the moment, but it's great to see that we are out there looking and trying to get some of these players in. I think we've been very sensible up to now this window, and I think it's the way to do it. We've gone out, we want to strengthen that defence. You know, start at the back. That's what they always say, start at the back. We brought in Nick Pope, created that competition with Dubravka. On a separate topic, Dubravka is being linked with a move away, which wouldn't really, help with the situation when we're trying to have a better number one, number two competition. If he leaves, we're kind of back to square one a little bit there. Obviously, Dubravka wants first team football, so does Nick Pope. That's the point of competition, but it sounds like Dubravka may prefer to move than stick around and fight for his place. So feel free to let me know your thoughts on that one down below. Again, it doesn't help that the season actually starts before the window ends. So if we start the season with Nick Pope in goal, Dubravka may well turn around and go, I'm out of here. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But defensively, Trippier will be coming back from injury, so that will straight away strengthen that right-hand side. Target, we've brought in on a permanent, and again, Sven Botman is creating that competition at centre-back. We move into midfield. I'm going to be honest, I think our centre midfield is pretty strong. You can always strengthen, but in terms of where we need to look this window, it is striker, and it is on the wings. That's why we are being linked with Marco Asensio. That's why we are being linked with Saar from Watford. More on him at the start of the season. Harrison from Leeds. We've been linked with him as well. The one that everyone's keen on is Moussa Diaby, the man from Bayer Leverkusen. And a lot of that is down to his numbers. Again, I did a separate video on this one talking about Newcastle wingers in general. I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video if you want to check it out. But generally, St. Max scored 5 goals. Almiron scored 1. I think Fraser got 2. Generally, the goals from the wide areas and assists from the wide areas just isn't high enough. Moussa Diaby played 32 games. I think got pretty much either a goal or an assist every game. I think it was 12 goals, 13 assists. He had a cracking season, and that's what we need. Callum Wilson is a fantastic striker, and if you can stay fit all season and score 15, 20 goals, then maybe we don't need help in the goals front, but that's assuming that he stays fit all season. That's why we need a striker, but it's also why we need to add goals all over the pitch, and Marco Asensio is a player who could certainly do that. Started his career off at Mallorca before heading to Real Madrid. In the most recent season, he had 19 starts, 31 appearances in total, so that was 19 starts, 12 substitutes, and scored 10 goals in those games, which isn't bad going for a player who, again, started 19, scored 10. 10 goals is probably more than all of our wingers put together at the moment. So again, if you want to talk numbers, he's certainly someone that would help improve that. Again, currently being linked with Liverpool. It's understood that Liverpool are interested, but it's Newcastle who are really pushing on this one. And I can see why, to be honest. I don't think Marco Asensio would definitely get in the Liverpool side. Salah, Diaz, Jota, Marco Asensio, you know, they don't need him possibly as much as we do. We need to bring a winger in. And again, pre-season started. We have our first pre-season game tomorrow against Gateshead. And yes, the window will continue for some time now. And I think we will use the whole window to go out there and have a bit of a look at him, have a bit of a look at him. It doesn't all have to be done overnight. But if we could bring him in sooner rather than later to get him on the pre-season tour. And again, I'm talking about Marco Asensio in this video, but generally, we would ideally like to see a winger and a striker brought in as quickly as possible, really, so we can get them part of the squad, get those tactics learned, so that we can really hit the ground running at the start of the season. Again, Marco Asensio is a man who has been at Madrid for some time now, 26 years old, so is still young, but as I mentioned, is not really getting the game time under Ancelotti. He also played 8 games in the Champions League, so not only is he well versed in the top flight football of Spain, but has also got experience over in Europe, Champions League football. Got 1 goal in the Champions League as Real Madrid went on their run to the Champions League final and won. So at the age of 26 is well and truly an experienced player. And again, it's the numbers side of things that is what we need. We want to bring in goals. We want to bring in someone who's direct and will run towards the goal and try and put the ball in the back of the net. Now, the fee being discussed at the moment is between 25 and 35 million, which isn't, I think that's all right, you know. I think that's a fair fee for, again, a player who's still only 26 years old and clearly has a lot to offer. And for a Newcastle side who are specifically trying to bolster that position, would be a good move for us. You look at Diaby, who's currently being rumoured at around 60 million. I still want Diaby. That's the man I want, but he's expensive. And I don't think Bayer Leverkusen want to sell him, to be honest. He's only 22 years old. Again, his numbers are phenomenal. You talk about Asensio, although Asensio really didn't have as much game time as Diaby, so we'll let him off with that one. But generally, Diaby's numbers are better. But again, Asensio, 25, 35 million. Now it's the contract stuff that's been up in question, because you'd imagine he's getting paid quite a bit. Now, it's understood that Asensio has actually said that he would be willing to take a pay cut if it means moving away from Real Madrid this summer, which is certainly something that I like to hear. Having said that, although he is understood to be on high wages, there is also reports out there that he's actually on closer to 110, 120,000, which is not that much higher than our top paid player in Kieran Trippier on 100 grand. So could we lower Asensio down to 90, 100 and bring him in? That isn't too big of a jump down for us to have him. And again, there is other teams interested, Liverpool and Arsenal, but I just think if he wants to make that move for first team football, he's leaving Madrid because he wants first team football. I don't know that he's guaranteed that at Liverpool and maybe even Arsenal as well. I genuinely think that Newcastle have got some good options on the wings. I think St. Max is a great player. I think that Fraser has come into his own since Eddie Howe got here. I like Almiron. I think he works hard. I do like him. I know there's a lot of love for Almiron on this channel, specifically from you guys, but also generally from the Newcastle fans. But again, it's goals. And it's not to say that we will change our style of football throughout the season. You know, I'm possibly being harsh on the goal returns from some of our wingers, in that we primarily asked people like Almiron to defend because we didn't have the ball. You know, he can't score if we haven't got the ball. But as we're kind of coming into the second half of last season and now hope to have more possession-based football going in to next season, maybe that will allow Almiron, Fraser, whoever, to just have that little bit more time going forward instead of constantly chasing their tails at the back. But I still think winger is a position we need to strengthen, and it is interesting to hear that Newcastle are the top bidders in the race for Marco Asensio, reportedly top bidders in the race for Marco Asensio. Again, you talk about how he could potentially affect our side coming in. Straight away, we have already spoken about competition at the back. We need competition going forward as well. We need to see a striker come in this summer. I'm really hoping that that will happen again sooner rather than later. And Asensio, again, a man who's played at the top level in Spain, Champions League, plays in the Spanish side internationally as well, is a great pick for us. So let me know your thoughts on Marco Asensio down below. Again, it's being reported that Liverpool are interested, Arsenal are interested, but Newcastle are really pushing for this one. So let me know your thoughts down below on the wingers in general. If you have enjoyed this video, click here. It's the video I mentioned earlier on. We take a full look at the current wingers at Newcastle, the players that we are linked with this summer, and all of the numbers. Who's scoring, who's assisting. Give it a watch. And again, if you have enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. Do not miss a video on the channel. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you later.